All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to New York session. I hope you're doing well. So, dollar index, we've managed to go for the low, which was at the 96.21 level yesterday during the live session, somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around here. We mentioned they're gonna go for that. Whilst Euro will trade up. I've cleaned all my drawings on Euro, but I think I mapped out this fair value gap. And 1.2 as a target. It went way beyond 1.2. 1.2 was exactly what I was expecting, and it climbed way above it. British pound, I was expecting this high, which is 1.38, 1.3789, 1.37879 level. And they've also gone for that. So technically right now, I think for the week, if you've been trading since Monday, then you should be okay with what price has given, and then probably move to the sidelines and wait for the rate announcement later today. Apart from some of the things that I'll cover later. So with dollar index, we've achieved the target. I don't think you're supposed to be looking for more. If anything, it will be after the rate announcement. So I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to reject? Are they going to continue? I don't know. Okay. So we're going to leave Euro alone, leave British pound alone. Euro pound, you can actually focus on this for a move towards 0.86445. That is something that you can do because of this up candle and then the close below the fair value gap. Monday, Tuesday, trading up, rejecting. So you can look for a move to the downside. Ideally, maybe let the H4 give you a red candle. So within the next 48 minutes, if that candle can close below the up candle, then that can give you a potential entry for a continuation to the downside to attack this low here. Okay. Gold, amazing. I think we are heading towards the we are heading towards the 5,005 level. Yesterday during the New York session, or during our session, I mentioned to wait for an immediate close on the H4, and then you can look for an entry. I got one on the 1 hour. So after this candle closed above it, then I bought that candle, this candle here, with my stop loss below that, expecting a continuation to the upside. And yeah, towards the end of the day at 8 o'clock, the candle shot up, and that was the rest was history, because I was expecting them to continue going up. I think between 5k, that was my mistake. Between 5k and 5,005, in between that, we can divide the levels So let me do this properly. Not that. Okay, this one is good. Okay, so we can divide the levels into 4 and then anticipate these as blocks of levels price can reach for before the 5k. So you can see roughly at the 25250 level, price reacting off from that, creating another block here. So the next stage will be for price to reach for the 5375 level, then the 55. Okay, you can even go as far as dividing it into 8 levels, and if you divide into 8 levels, you see where the pauses are going to happen. So when I say pauses, you can see here, right? Price pause here, price pauses here, right? These are mini ones that will be in the main 4. So the black ones would be the main 4 levels, and then the red ones would be the mini levels in between the black ones, where price will likely pause. So first one is being, I think, here. That's the first red one. That is where this auto block formed, and then we shot up. This is the next one, a down candle formed here, then we shot up, then now we have formed one here. So from here, I think the next level will be the 75, the 437.5, and the 5. Okay, so you can use this as a guidelines towards the 5k. Don't look directly for that. You can use this as areas where you can take either trade ideas or pause partial trades, or if you are in a trade, you can take something off from the trade. All right, so that is that for gold. I'm gonna leave these lines on the chart probably. Let me change that to red. Okay, and then do this one. Okay, so that should be enough. So these are the upside objectives for gold. Okay, all right, now moving on. Crude oil. Yesterday we discussed that we're supposed to be going up because we pulled back into the fair value gap on the H4, and then we started getting the rejection. So I managed to get an entry here. Initially I thought I got in too early, but I think it was right decision. I was actually looking for just this entry, but it came to the lower one, which not bad, with the stop loss being down here. Okay, so 2 entries: Asian session run, rejection, pullback, New York buy, then fair value gap buy. Then today, same thing, they've come for Asian session low and then rejection. So you buy below the Asian session low, aiming for that volume imbalance that was on the daily, this one here. All right, and like I said, we will be going beyond that. Now currently we've got about 1 hour and 41 minutes to go. Then this candle will close above that. Once that happens, we will have an order block on the H4, and that can also be used as a trade idea for a potential long. Okay, so you buy the candle's high, and in terms of targeting, these will be potential upside objectives for the day. If you want to hold for beyond that, definitely what I'm looking for is 68 fair value gap in here, and then here 72 above this high. So this and that, those are main areas that I'm aiming for, especially if this week closes bullish. Then next week we will look for continuation to the upside. Now what I want to see today is today closing above yesterday, and that will leave a nice fair value gap in here and a down candle here. So even if we come back down, that area will be a potential buying opportunity on the daily. Based on the daily, that will be institutional order flow for continuation to the upside. Okay, so that is that for the crude oil. I mean, this, I think I mentioned this yesterday. So far, this is the one that I have confidence in terms of movement. Dollar index, not a big fan because of the rate announcement. Maybe after rate announcement, and if I see a clear direction as to where price is going, definitely I'm gonna jump on it. But until then, the only thing that I see which is clear enough is the crude oil and euro pound. Okay, not to forget, I'll actually come back to this towards the end of the session again. Then last one, the ES. I think yesterday we spoke about the fact that they've come above the breaker and there's no order block, there's no fair value gap, then they're gonna go for that. It did give a trade opportunity similar to the crude oil, but I did not participate in it right here. So we have a gap, we trade into it, rejection, creating an order block here, entry, and then price went up. Today too, we might do the same thing, but definitely not a fan because of the NFP. I'm sorry, because of the rate announcement. Hence, if you can get a trade and get out by before 7 p.m., that's great. If not, then I'll recommend sitting on the sidelines and then waiting for after the rate announcement. Now, sometimes the rate announcement can give a trade opportunity if you know what you're looking for. Just wait for the rate announcement to be released, and then after that, 30 minutes after, there's going to be FOMC meeting, which is from 7:30 to 8 p.m. So between 7:30 and 8 p.m., if price will not continue going in the same direction, aka, for example, if the 7 p.m. rate announcement brings price down, then the 7:30 FOMC will bring it either one more time down, and then it will start rejecting. Okay, when you see that, you can buy that rejection, because all of that will be manipulation. Or the 7 p.m. rate announcement will shoot price up, then the 7:30 will do the same thing, but then it will start rejecting. Again, that will be manipulation, and you can sell, but you're not selling to come all the way down. Okay, you're just selling to get maybe an opportunity of 1-to-1, 2-to-1 kind of trade. Okay, because when they release the news, some way, somehow, there is going to be some overextension, and price will like to correct itself, or they will create a gap, and sometimes price will like to fill the gap. Right, so wait, let price give you something like that, and then you trade it. Or between 2 p.m. and 7, if this rejects and then create another order block, you can take it as a trade, maybe let go above the Asian session high. You can put your stop loss to break even, and then sit and wait for the news. If the news comes out and it shoots it up, you make great fortune. If not, you lose nothing, just break even. Okay, all right, so that is that for the ES. Now let's go over to Australian dollar. I think yesterday we spoke about this candle. I said let's wait and see what is gonna happen. Are they going to close, or are they going to reject? It actually closed. Now this gives a different vibe, where we are likely gonna continue going up on the Australian dollar, because we have this down candle formed and we did not reject and come down. We've closed above it aggressively, meaning this will be an area of accumulation. So this will be your first area of accumulation. Sorry, the initial accumulation. Then this will be the pop, and this will be your first area of accumulation. So I think we might likely continue going up. The next target will be in here, but again, everything is subjective to what the rate announcement is going to give. So in here, between 0.70298 and 0.70703, that's where price is going to reach for but as to whether they're going to blow through it is yet to be seen. On the monthly chart, we are reversing, which is a good news for the Australian dollar. We've been going down for a long time, and this seems to be, if you can see closely, the last up candle with a move down, which is what I was expecting them to use as a order flow to continue going down, because we kept making lower lows. This is the last low, and this is the last up candle. So the pullback was meant to send price back down again. The fact that we've come back above it means that this high is gonna go. They're gonna come somewhere here, but this is long term. Okay, so Australian dollar, I think continuation to the upside is likely possible. So again, if the rate announcement brings price down, we have 2 days and 9 hours to go for this candle to close. If what I'm seeing is right, then this candle needs to stay above that high for that continuation to be sustained. Okay, and that will basically shape what price is going to do. And probably by end of this year, we might see Australian dollar making 0.8, which is, extremely rare since 2015. I mean, we've not actually done much since 2015, which is when I actually started trading. So since I started trading, Australian dollar has never gone up. It's always been going down. Anything coming up has been going down. So this would be extremely similar to something that happened here, right? We had a move, and then we broke above that, and then price went all the way up to the last up candle. We are having something like that here, but this time we don't have any last up candle. We only have a high. Okay, so that's, I would say, long term. Okay, so let's come back down here and then here. So look for potential buy to continue going up. Dollar yen, we are almost there. I think a run above the Asian session high, and then the rejection will take us into that fair value gap, which comes in at the 151.50. They did that yesterday. Here, rejection. Above the Asian session high, we have this small gap here. So in case it goes up, it might struggle and then reject and go down again. So ultimately, look for this as they draw on liquidity. Let's go over to the crypto market. So with the cryptos, nothing has really changed for me, especially if you look at it from the weekly time frame perspective. This is just a pullback to the order block. Okay, this weekly order block here. We are just pulling back to it. So don't be excited with this move. We will continue going down. I think it's just a matter of time. Yesterday I was looking for this gap to reject and send price down, but it didn't. What they might do is maybe attack this high one more time, which is still inside the up candle over here. Okay, it's still inside the up candle over there, so price can reject above that and then continue going down. Okay, so watch 91,156 level. That's probably what it looks like it might go and then reject. Ethereum, I think I've marked this one too. Watch that 3062 level. They might reject there and continue going down. Solana 132, probably not. It's too weak with this equal low being there. It's too weak. I don't think it might probably reach 132, but who knows? We'll see. I think if it gets here, it will reject immediately. If it does get to that level, it will reject immediately. It's still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so they're just forming a high of the week. At least that is what I'm seeing. XRP, not a big fan. Hype, I spoke about this. I think yesterday went extremely beyond that. But again, this is also similar to that. I think I spoke about it yesterday. Looking at how we've come to OTE, this current candle is showing the vibe that we are not going to continue going down yet, but at the same time we are not bullish, because from the monthly perspective we've come back down. So let me draw a line on that high. That is what price is looking to reach for. The 36.18. Okay, 36.18. Once we reach there, I think price might pause and then maybe come back in a pullback. So 36.18 likely possible for today or tomorrow. Just above that, there's a small gap here. That's where we will get a pause and then price. This has gone too quick to the upside in a short period of time, so this high might pause it, especially the gap here. Definitely in line with what Bitcoin is trying to do inside here. Chart key, still same narrative, nothing has really changed for me. Monthly is leading price action. Now we have 2 days. With cryptos we have 3, so 3 days, 11 hours to go, and then the month of January is done. So once this month is done, this candle will be an inside candle. So next month they might open, take out this low, and then go up. Now it's something that happens mostly on all time frames. It did happen with crude oil. If I go to crude oil on the daily, oops, so here, so you can say this is a swing low, 1 2 3 with this close, then the next candle comes down. Okay, it's a down candle. Then the next one opens, takes out the low, and then goes up. Same pattern here. We have a swing low. This candle comes down to the next candle, likely gonna open, take out the low, and then shoot up. But this is on the monthly chart. Same thing, just different different time frame. Okay, so that is that. In terms of AI 16, nothing has happened yet, so I'll report when something happens. Until then, I think we're just gonna leave that. Then let's go back to this pair, because that's what I want you to watch for this afternoon during the New York session. Do we close below that in the next 21 minutes? If we do, we would have closed through this gap here. This candle's low. Okay, and then I think last week someone did ask about I think I did look at it over here, GBP card. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this one. Can't remember. Okay, I think it was this one, and at the time price was roughly here. I'm not sure. Was it GBP card? I'll have to go and check. Anyway, what I wanted to see was what was the result, what happened after that. This pair, I used to trade it quite a lot, but I gave all of that up because the more pairs you trade, the likelihood of you being wrong is high, because sometimes they kind of, we say, confluence or conflict each other. So if you trade, for example, right now I'm expecting Euro pound to go down. Euro pound going down means that the pound will be strong, right? And if the pound is strong and I'm going to sell this, it doesn't make sense, right? If the pound is strong and I'm going to sell this, it will not make sense. So sometimes if you trade so many pairs, that's the kind of confusion that you can get. That is why I struggled so much to reduce my pairs to these. Okay, for years I wouldn't go beyond 10 pairs. For years, I'm sorry, I won't go below 10 pairs. Anything below 10 pairs felt like torture, because I needed to see different pairs and then trade. But I realized that that was not helping. But it took a long time to get that realization. And then sometimes it's because I was doing the live sessions and helping others to see trade opportunities. When I see the opportunity, then I also want to take it. And then some of them resulted good, most were bad for some reason. It was just telling me, just keep to what you want to do. That is why at some point I decided to go with just these few pairs. Now, if you are now learning to trade, trading few pairs is always the best idea. Trading so many pairs is not. Okay, there is a there's an illusion that trading so many pairs will make you profitable. It's not going to make you profitable. Few pairs, few setups, quality setups for the week will get you there, rather than so many pairs with so many trades. Okay, all right, so that is it for today. Be aware of the rate announcement. It's very, very important, so that you don't get caught up into any unnecessary losses. Okay, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you same time tomorrow for another live session. Take care.